generator system broke down at 4 a.m. yesterday. The reactor immediately shut down. Reactor operators decided to open the valves and release radioactive water from the reactor. That apparently may have been the wrong thing to do. When the emergency core cooling system came on automatically, an operator turned it off. That too apparently was a mistake. Well, then
3 Mile Island happened.
Were released inside the containment building.
And the first thing I thought of is, are those rays coming out of 3 Mile Island going to come to New York and harm my daughter? I remember standing in my apartment and thinking, what can we do?
This is Jack Goodell. We have a serious condition. You get everybody into safety areas and make sure that they stay there.
Of course, 2 weeks earlier, the China syndrome had come out. So I was already prepared to be terrorized by this event.
The China syndrome.
The what?
If the core is exposed, for whatever reason, the fuel heats...
The idea behind the China syndrome is that the nuclear power plant would melt down and it would burrow a hole all the way to China. Never mind that China's not actually on the other side of the earth as the United States, but that was the idea, that it would, that the worst case scenario would be apocalyptic.
The number of people killed would depend on which way the wind is blowing. Render an area the size of Pennsylvania permanently uninhabitable, not to mention the cancer that would show up later. That's
when I think I began to conflate nuclear power with nuclear weapons.
From a leaking nuclear plant.
We don't want a radioactive wasteland, whether it's from a bomb or a nuclear plant. That's probably the sort of thing I would have answered. It just seemed like, okay, nuclear anything is a bad idea.
I want to just say a few words about the China syndrome, my movie, The China Syndrome, because if we continue to place our health and safety in the hands of utility executives whose main goal in life is to maximize profits, then we will see more Harrisburgs, we will see more leaks, and we will see an increase in the cancer epidemic that is already running rampant in this country.
Is practicing patriotism. Stopping atomic energy is fighting cancer. Stopping atomic energy is fighting inflation. Stopping atomic energy is saving this country.
Just give me the restless power of the wind. Give me the comforting glow of a wood fire. But please take all your atomic poison power away.
In the 1980s, my husband and I were living in the East End of Long Island, and word gets out that this nuclear plant is going to start up. And this is, of course, right after 3 Mile Island. That's very much in people's minds. The local pro-environmental people, and I would be one of those, just said, yeah, we got to stop Shoreham however we can.
Every day the plant operates, radiation will be coming out of the plant, right? And it'll get into the food.
Women may be hardwired to protect our families, and it's just a natural impulse. If something looks like it's bad, we're holding up our hand and saying, no. No, please, we can't have that. I remember these big scare ads in the papers, getting people to organize rallies against Shoreham. There were many things I didn't know at that time that I've learned since. For one thing, it turns out the ads were placed by the oil delivery industry. You know, the companies that deliver fuel to people in Long Island. And sure, the oil companies can say, go solar, because they know it's never going to replace oil.